There's an obscure U.S. law that is like using the nuclear option in U.S. trade policy, and President Trump has suggested that he will use it as early as February 1st. The law is called IEEPA, and it stands for the International Emergency Economic Powers Act. My name is Ina Manik. I'm a fellow for trade policy at the Council on Foreign Relations. IEEPA provides sweeping economic powers to the president during an emergency, and he can use these powers during any extraordinary or unusual threat. Trump has stated that he will impose 25% tariffs on Canada and Mexico to stem the flow of illegal migration and fentanyl. He has also said that he would impose a 10% tariff on China for its role in the fentanyl trade. Why is this a problem? Trade experts think of IEEPA as the nuclear option in trade because there is very little in the way of the president to using it. And there is little in the way of stopping the president from expanding his use of IEEPA in other ways down the line. So it's an emergency that, once declared, remains on the books and is difficult to rescind. So Congress has no voice in any of the actions, nor do the American people. Canada, Mexico, and China are our top 3 trading partners. If we were to impose 25% tariffs on Canada and Mexico and 10% tariffs on China, Americans will feel this in their pocketbooks because of all the things they buy every day that come from these countries. But in addition to this, it is likely that all those 3 partners are going to retaliate against U.S. exports, which means U.S. exporters will also pay a cost of making sure that their products can make it outside to other markets. It is unclear how President Trump intends to use IEEPA. It could just be used as leverage to get something else that he wants. So in that case, IEEPA would be a bargaining tool and the measure would be temporary. But if he chooses to extend the emergency and not resolve the conflict, then it could be a very open-ended way to keep tariffs in place for a very long time.